goodness. Hey. I haven't spoken yet today, so that was a little rough. Yes, it is noon and I haven't said a single word yet today. The joys of living alone. So I think I'm set up. I don't know. I just came back upstairs not too long ago. But good to see you, Mademoiselle Scythe. Always happy whenever my YouTube work wife can appear. Good to see you, Strawberries and Cream. And yeah, before we get started here, I haven't shared these on Discord yet, but I got these in the mail yesterday. A couple of new Funko Pops that I want to share. I got a Harley Quinn Pride Funko Pop. Where you can actually see this. See that? And it is signed by Hendon Walsh. I think I said her name right. She does the voice of Starfire in Teen Titans Go, and she's also voiced Harley Quinn in some animated movies. I missed getting the Tara Strong one, which made me sad, but I got this one. And then I am a huge Lord of the Rings nerd. I love Lord of the Rings, and I was able to get a Frodo signed pop signed by Elijah Wood. There's the authentication sticker, and here is the certificate of authentication. But I got a Frodo pop signed by Elijah Wood. I am super stoked about that because I love me some Lord of the Rings. If you could see inside my closet, I have a whole Lord of the Rings section, J.R.R. Tolkien section on that side in my closet. This closet is a library. So, yeah, I'm super stoked about this one. And once I get my shelves up over here, I'll have these up there. But for now, they're just sitting right here. Yes, and my tattoo is Lord of the Rings themed. So I just wanted to. I'll share some better pictures of those in Discord. But I know I love Lord of the Rings. Because for some reason, even though I have three ring lights and this thing pointing at me, I look like I'm filming in a cave. But if I ever get my basement finished, I will move my office and filming to my basement, and then Amberlyn can say that I live in my basement, because that's basically where I'll spend 95% of my time. So I won't be playing Warcraft though, World of Warcraft. And it'll be my basement, damn it, because my mom is no longer alive, so I'll be in my own basement. But yeah, I thought I have many things that I should be doing, but I thought we might take a look at some Alexis videos before she gets rid of them again, because I haven't seen them yet. You can see my wallpaper here. This is the this is the Lord of the Rings Rivendell. Oh, glitch. Lord of the Rings Rivendell little blueprint. But I thought we might watch her first Q&A from back in August, because, as I've said before, I was just incredibly busy in July of August last year, and I got so behind on everything. I'm really making an effort to not get behind again. So doing live streams helps with that a little bit. The video that I recorded and edited yesterday, it took me just as long to get that recorded, edited, exported, and uploaded as it would to just do a frickin' live. And then I wouldn't have to edit. And I didn't really have anything extra to add into that one too much, as far as little clips and bits here and there. Hey, DV. good to see you. And I'm trying to get my camera positioned where I want it, but it keeps rotating back. All right, there we go. All right. So we are going to watch this first one here. If we have time to do the second one, we will. I have myself scheduled um, to do streaming until 2:30 p.m. my time. So we'll see. Here is my schedule for the day. So I have myself scheduled until 2:30 to do streaming, and I have some Stardew Valley planned for the evening. So this is my plan for today. We'll see if we can get that done. So let's see. I hope you're all having a wonderful day here. Hopefully weather is good. Hopefully you are safe wherever you are and warm. Hopefully your families are all safe. But we're going to watch this Amberlynn's former bestie doing a hectic Q&A. And
do feel bad.
why am I way the frick up there? Yeah, I love me some Stardew Valley. When I get my PC built, I'll play I'll play some other games too, like Dragon Age. But I need to schedule a PC build. How about Tuesday? Maybe I'll try to schedule that for Tuesday. Amberlynn uploaded yesterday, which means she'll upload tomorrow. Ah, shit. Amber's going to upload tomorrow. And my Mondays are really, really busy. So I don't know. Maybe I can. It would be a very late stream down here. Hey, Heather, Stitch and Stream. So good to see you. I don't know. Maybe I can schedule a meeting down here, or schedule an Amberlynn reaction down here after my meeting, because this is actually only going to be until 8:30. So, I don't know. Oh, woe is me, trying to schedule things. I know. But so these are from last August, where from what I gather, uh, um, Alexis was just butthurt that Amber started dating Emily, and started spilling tea, I guess. And this just makes, are you really a friend to somebody if they do one thing that pisses you off or wrong you, and then you're like, I'm gonna start making videos about you because I know people don't like you. It just seems very petty and just immature. But let's go ahead and get into whatever Alexis has to say. We'll see if we need to speed her up.
Hey guys, it's Alexis. I just
Hey, Blue Hoodie. I think we have audio.
want to start this off by saying I have never made a YouTube video in my life.
You've never made a YouTube video in your life, but you were able to find this wonderful breaking news graphic to edit into your video. Look at these editing skills already surpassing Amberlynn.
I don't really know how to make an intro, but I'm definitely going to work on it.
You're going to work on making an intro just for your little tea videos. You could use Amber Lynn's old, what was that? Try again, try again. That little clip. I kind of miss Amber's intros. She needs to make an intro again to her videos. I need to make a new one for my videos.
So I'm just going to immediately dive into the questions that some of you have asked. So the
And it just seems so, again, it just seems so fucking petty to me. I don't know.
first question is, was Amber actually taking weight loss seriously for once? And did Emily possibly make
I need to buy more tissues. My tissue box is empty. Jesus. I'm gonna have to deal with snuffling. Was Amber actually taking weight loss seriously for once, and did Emily possibly? Amberlynn will take weight loss seriously for like little spurts, and then it becomes too hard. But when you're at the size that Amberlynn is at, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be work.
her stop doing that? I do believe that Amber was trying to take weight loss seriously, but unfortunately, I do think
And again, you're asking somebody about somebody else's mindset and how somebody else feels about something. Unless Amberlynn told Alexis very specific things, the only thing that Alexis can really tell you in these Q&As is how she felt about something or how she interpreted something. So when you're asking somebody else questions about somebody else, there's going to be some bias in there, and their own feelings and emotions are going to be put into here.
it was because she was talking to Erica, and Erica takes her own weight loss and fitness journey very seriously.
Well, so she was dating Erica, and Erica was into like bodybuilding, weightlifting, whatever. And Amberlynn was always talking about, I need to get my protein in. I need to get my protein in. And that very much sounds like influence from somebody that does a lot of exercising and working out and weightlifting. I talk about getting my protein in because that's what my dietitian and I are working on, because protein helps you feel fuller for longer. So that's why I try to get a lot of protein, which I roller coaster on. I'll have days where I think I've done really good, but then been I've I've done crap. So Amber Lynn will certainly be influenced by the people she's dating or talking to whenever it comes to her weight loss and how she eats.
I also don't believe that Tommy ever specifically told Amberlynn to stop semaglutide. I just think that Amberlynn knows her preference, and if she
Didn't Amberlynn stop the semaglutide before she even met Emily, though? Like the week before she met Emily?
doesn't have to put in the work, she won't. Did
That's fair. I mean, even if Amberlynn wants to lose the weight and get healthier, which I think she does want to lose the weight because it can't be comfortable being the size that she is. Um, but it's a lot of work. And I don't know if Amberlynn is willing to put in the effort, put in the work. I mean, she buys so few groceries as it is that she would be able to plan out her meals during the week so much better because she does buy so few groceries. Or she could start using meal delivery kits and services. I've been using Eat Clean. I don't know if I have any codes for it, but if I do, if anybody wants to try it, shoot me a message in Discord. Um, but it's there's so many options that Amberlynn has that she could utilize because she does have the financial means to do so. That she could. See, Mademoiselle Scythe says it's insane because she will do so well in the beginning and then just stop. Yeah. She'll have a bad day or get off track off track, which I'm not a huge fan of those types of terms because it can be very, for somebody like Amberlyn, it can be detrimental to what they're trying to do. And sorry, I'm drinking my little protein coffee, and for some reason it makes me burpy. Amberlyn seems to be the kind of person that, because we've seen this, right? She will have a couple of bad days, and then it's just like, well, whatever, and then she's off the rails. Let's see. Did Amber know about the feeder stuff before Kiwi Farms found it?
Did Amber know about the stuff before Kiwi Farms found it? She initially told me that Tommy preferred very, very large.
See, Mademoiselle Side says she has the money for the meal deliveries. I wish she would. We are rooting for you, Amberlyn. Lol. Yeah, I mean, I would like to see her get better and be a better person. But I mean, she has said some things recently where it's like the whole using BPD as an excuse. That doesn't show growth. But as far as like the weight loss, I would definitely want to see her get better and lose weight and succeed. Um, yeah, she has the money for these meal services. I mean, Hungry Root does a lot of really easy to prep meals. A lot of it's like prepackaged stuff, so the sodium's going to be a little bit higher, but it's quick and easy. Eat Clean is just meals that you heat up in the microwave. Um, and I've had some really good ones. So I think I might have a code that I can share, but I don't remember. Yeah, as far as eating stuff, I know I know people have said they have proof that Emily is into this type of behavior. I have not seen it personally. And if they're only using the experience with her ex that passed away, that's one instance. And like I've said before, just because you prefer people that are bigger, just because you're attracted to that, does not mean that you are into making them eat to gain weight or for your sexual pleasure.
Women, and she told me that her late fiance was close to 1,000 pounds.
Yes. I mentioned this in the previous video too. Um, I think the one I uploaded yesterday, I shared this again. That I think it's inappropriate for people to say that Emily unalived her ex partner. She didn't. She was already really, really big before she even met Emily. She did it to herself. Um, she was she was basically immobile. You're not going to lose weight through exercise when you're that big. It's going to have to be done through diet, and I don't think she cared enough to. And um, yeah,
I don't know how much Amberlyn actually knew about all of the posts that recently came up, nor do I think she would ever admit to me if she did know everything. Have you ever caught ALR out in a lie? I have caught her in many.
okay.
So now it's hard for me to decipher what was actually true and what.
Hey, Silver Wolf. Wolf. Wow. Silver Wolf. Thank you for subscribing and thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Hello, Amanda. And as I just said, I've seen pictures, but I haven't seen the things on the website. But as I also just said, if it's a one time instance, Emily gave her explanation for that. We can take it at face value or not. I don't know Emily as a person. None of us do. So for people to come out with these blanket accusations against people, I think is irresponsible. Oh, right, Alexis. What lies have you caught Amber in? She'll lie about stupid shit. That's the problem. Is Amberlyn lies about stupid shit.
Never was. Are you
Oh,
decipher
hold on
in
here.
many? So now it's hard for me to decipher what was actually true and what never was.
Well, can you give us an example, Alexis? I mean, you're just saying, oh yeah, lots of them. Can you give us examples of these things? I know it might be hard to come up with examples on the fly. Um, I agree, Stitch and Stream. I would love to see Amber Lynn sign up for cooking classes. She could take them with Mama Lynn. She could sign herself and Mama Lynn up for some cooking classes, and they can go do that together as an activity. Yes, Amanda, I know I have seen that. It doesn't mean she's into making people eat. Am I an am babe? Am I an am baby? No, no, I am not an am baby. Um, yeah, I would love to see Amber Lynn take some cooking classes with Mama Lynn. That would be fun. Why would Alexis be in touch with Jade, with Wifey? Is I think the timeline was Amber didn't meet Alexis until after she and Wifey broke up, like late August or something. So why would Alexis be in touch with Wifey?
Are you still in touch with Jade? No, but I wish I was. How come
So did she when did she meet Alexis? Amanda, I know Amber Lynn pops into reaction channel chats, primarily mine right now because she wants to try to control the narrative. Yes, I know that. She watches me and latches onto me because I'm not an absolute dick to her. I'm not an asshole to people, even to Amber Lynn. How come Amber claims Jade's toxic and abusive behavior if she kept hooking up with Jade after the breakup? Did Amber? God, am I just forgetting shit? Did Amber claim that the relationship with Wifey was toxic and abusive? Did she claim that after the fact? Am I just forgetting this? Oh, my hair's a mess. Thank you, Stitch and Stream. God, Amanda, yes, I know, for crying out loud. And yeah, she did hook up with Wifey after the breakup a couple of times.
Amber claims Jade's toxic and blank behavior if she kept hooking up with Jade after the breakup? So I'm not gonna lie, I have also done this before. And I'm not saying that to try and justify her behavior, but I genuinely think that sometimes after a breakup, you're just so shocked. And sometimes you try to hold on to what is left of that person. Did
So, I mean, yeah, that I think a lot of people do that after a breakup, as they might still hook up with their ex. Sometimes just to get closure. Sometimes just to, be like, okay, we're done. This is the end of our relationship. This is how we're going to say goodbye, I guess. I think for Amber, it could have. Amber kept saying she wanted to get back with Wifey, but Wifey was done. So it could have been Amber trying to lure Wifey back into the relationship, perhaps, even after, because they apparently even slept together after Wifey moved Amberlyn to Oklahoma. Because there was a question asked, I want to say in early 2024, where somebody asked Amber when the last time she was physically intimate with somebody was, and it was September, and that would have been when Wifey had taken her to Oklahoma.
Did it hurt that Amber dismissed your BPD during her live? Were we even supposed to know that? When she gets like
I'm gonna have to speed her up. Well, Amber even said, Stitch and Stream, Amber even said that she wanted Wifey back. She kept saying that she was, for I think up to 3 months after or something, she was saying that she wanted to get back together, but Wifey stopped talking to her.
this was pretty cruel. We're supposed to care about her BPD, but only hers.
Okay, did it hurt that Amber dismissed her BPD during her live? Were we even supposed to know that? When she gets like this was pretty cruel. We're supposed to care about her BPD, but only hers. So I missed. I don't remember if I've. Oh my god, I'm forgetting so much from like long live streams. Um,
Um, I don't really care. It's not like a secret that I also struggle with my mental health. But unlike Amber, I have actually taken the time to be alone and like work on myself.
have you? Because this suggests otherwise. And Emberlyn saying when she gets like this, that doesn't sound cruel to me unless whatever came after that, because we're kind of seeing we're kind of seeing this as an example of that. I'm not going to speculate on if Amber has BPD or not, Amanda. She said that she was diagnosed with it in like July or something, or June, by her therapist, and she needed to find a different therapist or psychologist or whatever that specializes in that. So it's 100% possible she has been diagnosed with it. She just is not doing anything to improve it. You live by a roller rink, Stitch and Stream. Is it new? Did you not know it was there? Get those skates on and put on some 70s music and go do some roller dancing. I don't recall her saying that, Amanda. She was so now you're saying she was officially diagnosed by a doctor? I believe that. Now again, I don't know when she met Alexis. I don't recall when that was. I thought it was like end of August, um, or early August. But she was saying because she stopped seeing her therapist in July because they diagnosed her with it and she needed to find one that specialized in it. So if that was the case, then she was diagnosed with BPD before she even met Alexis. But I can't recall the exact timeline. Um, but I can't recall the exact timeline of when she actually met Alexis and started talking to her. I believe it was after she and Wifey broke up because um, I don't think she would have been talking to Alexis before then. I mean, I'm assuming, Mademoiselle Scythe, I'm assuming that Alexis was officially diagnosed and has BPD. So, but for Alexis to say that so here's what's what did she
Like
just say?
Amber, I have actually taken the time to be alone and like work on myself.
But have you had therapy? Yeah, you can take time to be alone and work on yourself, but I mean, Amber supposedly has too. Have you actually sought out therapy for your BPD? Amberlyn does diagnose herself a lot, yes, she does. But she's also been diagnosed by professionals with things too. But the thing is, no, Amber is not a pathological liar. That is a very specific term, and Amber is not one. Does she lie about a lot of stupid shit? Yes. But she's not a pathological liar. That is a very specific diagnosis that I would not say Amberlyn is. Um, what Amberlyn does do, because the the problem with therapy and these sorts of things, talking to psychologists and these things, is it's relying on you to self-report. And Amberlyn is not always honest with her therapist or psychologist or these types of people. And that's fine for you to believe, Amanda. We all have our opinions, and you are, of course, welcome to yours. Um, uh, the problem is that Amber Lynn is reporting to her therapist and psychologist her own view of herself and things that she wants. Like when it came to the whole weight loss surgery, it's first she has BED because of what she's reporting to therapists the year before when she was seeing a psychologist and a dietitian. But then because of what she was telling her new therapist, oh, you don't have BED because of this one little thing, which I think is crap. Does Amberlyn have binge eating disorder? She very well could. She may just have a food addiction. But because Amberlyn wants to have an excuse for her behaviors, it's very likely that she would tell things to her a therapist can't diagnose you, to her psychologist, that would lead them to believe, okay, you are exhibiting this behavior, this behavior, this behavior. I believe you have X. So if you aren't honest with your psychologist or your therapist or whomever, they aren't going to be able to help you. And that's been Amberlyn's biggest issue. Is she hasn't been able to be honest with these people. And when she is, and they give her a little bit of pushback and want her to look at herself, then she drops them.
And I actually have gone to therapy, like with a
Oh, she has gone to therapy. Okay, well,
real licensed therapist. And
not one of those fake therapists that you get off the streets.
not just Chat AI and WebMD. Wow. Does she support her friends financially? Example, does she send Eric and Ricky money? Did she pay for Emily plane ticket, rental car, etc. when she visited Oklahoma?
Okay, why does it matter? Who cares if Amberlyn gives her friends money? If if her friends want to visit her and she wants them to visit and they can't afford the travel, then it would actually be pretty nice of Amberlyn to be like, "Hey, don't worry about it. I want you guys to come visit. I'll pay for you to come visit me because I have the financial means." I don't I don't know what the issue is.
Oklahoma City. Do I think it's possible that she paid for like Emily's plane ticket? Sure.
I mean, she could have, sure. Do I care? No, I don't give a fuck. I don't know why anybody cares if Amberlyn would pay for the person that she's dating to come visit her. I just don't see the issue. And she said she was going to watch my channel, Amanda, if you had seen the screenshots. But we'll see how long that lasts.
Do I think she's financially supporting her friends? Absolutely not. There was a period of time where I was quite literally working three jobs, um, and still barely making ends meet. And like, I didn't talk about it very often because I didn't want her to feel like I was asking for anything. But she like never,
I don't put you in a bad mental headspace. Well, I'll have to try harder now, won't I?
ever offered, not even one time. Does she have any?
Wait, what was that?
Like, I didn't talk about it very often because I didn't want her to feel like I was asking for anything. But she like never, ever offered, not even one time. Does she have any?
Okay, so is she saying that as a bad thing or as a good thing? Because she sounded a little almost bitter. She didn't offer not even once. She almost sounds bitter there. Um, uh, but I mean, if Amber Lynn wants to give her friends money to help them out, that's her business. To help her friends out. Thank you, Mademoiselle Scythe, but that's what you're supposed to say as a good work wife. I think Livia's smart enough to not be manipulated. I mean, I agree, but enjoy doing your makeup. You'll have to teach me how to do your winged eyeliner when I dress up as you for Halloween and various things, because I sure as shit can't do it. That's the one thing I want to learn from Amberlynn is how to do a winged eyeliner, because fuck if I can do anything. Um, yeah, I hope she does go to therapy. Oh, hello, just Jamie. Uh, yeah, this is an old one. This name smells like cheap perfume. uh, I am telling you, Elizabeth, if you don't get away from her, she is going to take your channel down. I don't. What do you mean, get away from her? I'm not hanging out with her. She pops into my chat, which she is free to do. I'm not I'm not gonna block her from my chat. I mean, at least not right now. I mean, she's one of the great things about being in the US at the moment. We have freedom of speech. If she wants to come into my chat and try to defend herself, then she's welcome to come into my chat to try to defend herself, or if she wants to try to give more context, then that's fine. She thinks you are weak and easy to manipulate. No, Mademoiselle Scythe, you are the work wife. You are my work YouTube wife. Stop socializing with her. How am I socializing with her? We're not going out for afternoon tea and crumpets. uh, DV, I'm glad your channel is a safe space because it's never been filled with haters. Well, I expect that to change since my channel has been shared around. I mean, I just try to be objective, and I don't assume that every little thing that Amber says is a lie, because it's not. I mean, I've proven a couple of different things where people have made up shit about her, which it's not right. Just because Amber Lynn has done shitty things and maybe a shitty person, it's still not okay for people to spread lies and make up things and make up fake accounts and make up fake flyers just to try to make Amber Lynn look bad. Amber Lynn can make herself look bad all on her own. She doesn't need anybody's help. I mean, it's just, you know, she doesn't need anybody's help to look bad. Nerfy warned you, you are an Am baby. I don't know what Nerfy warned me about, but I am not an Am baby by any means. But I appreciate your opinion. You are welcome to have it. Anyway, back to Alexis.
Friends in Oklahoma City. Why doesn't she try to find girlfriends in her own state ever? Why does she always look for love on TikTok?
Let's see, she'd been in. Oh, because it's kind of hard to make friends when you're an adult. It really is. Um, why doesn't she try to find girlfriends in her own state ever? Mm. So, again, why are they asking Alexis these questions about Amber Lynn? It's like. I.
Yes, she does, and he seems actually very nice. But was he a viewer before they met? Yes. I also have never talked to him, and I'm not really sure what his true intentions.
Oh, was this the guy that she went to Pride with? Probably the guy she went to Pride with. Yeah, I don't know why they're asking Alexis these things. It just seems you're asking somebody else about somebody else's reasonings and motives. I mean, how is Alexis going to know why Amber Lynn doesn't look for girlfriends in her own state? Why is she looking for love on? I mean, how is Alexis going to know this? Yeah, I know Alexis asked for questions, but I'm just wondering what reasoning people have for asking some of these questions. I mean, you're asking Alexis questions about Amber Lynn's motives in her personal life when when they could be asking Alexis questions about her experiences with Amber Lynn and not something like, why does Amber Lynn cook her food the way she does? Why does Amber Lynn look for love on. How is Alexis going to know these things? Yeah, my best friend doesn't know this shit about me. I mean, he would at best be speculating. I mean,
Were messaging her. But,
hold on,
and I'm
sorry.
not really sure viewer
What did
before they
she.
met. Yes. I also have never talked to him, and I'm not really sure what his true intentions were messaging her. But he does get to hang out with Amberlynn's mom, and I'm kind of jealous of that. But
Yeah, but you live in a different state, Alexis.
he is also probably like me in regards to being on the back burner now that she's back with Tommy.
Nice.
Well, that was weird. Well, of course, because Amberlynn does become all consumed with the person that she's seeing and has on blinders, and everybody else everybody else is just kind of pushed to the side because you are focusing on that person. Is it a great thing to do? No. Unfortunately, a lot of people do that when they first start seeing someone, especially, and then they might slowly start getting back to spending more time with my friends. But a lot of people do that. But Amberlynn does this a lot. Whenever she starts dating somebody, they become her whole world to the detriment of all her other relationships.
In regards to being on the back burner now that she's back with Tommy.
Nice.
Has she been trolling?
Oh, Alexis didn't even bother answering the one about dating or on TikTok or anything because she doesn't fucking know. Has she been trolled by other people like Erica thinking they were dating? She's probably been trolled by people slipping into her DMs, for sure.
Told by other people like Erica thinking they were dating. Yeah. Her
This smells like cheap perfume has a lot of questions.
her main one was Danielle. I mean, she
Oh, who's Danielle? Who's this one?
was in love with this girl. And I can actually understand why because she's incredibly attractive. This girl also said a lot of the right things
Hmm.
that made Amberlynn kind of hooked. And she would do the inconsistent reassurance with her and be like totally in love with her one day and then like really all about her pre existing partner the next day. Danielle has been with her current partner for, from my understanding, a decade at least,
Oh, wow.
but they are not married. This was when I started to realize that Amberlynn does not care if someone's in a pre existing relationship already. If she likes you and she thinks you're attractive and you say the right combination of words, she's going. Amberlynn also apparently gave this girl money.
Huh. So this Danielle person, um, so she, Amberlynn, I've said this before. Amberlynn, this is, of course, my opinion and my speculation on Amber and what drives her and things, of course. I am not a mental health specialist or professional. She she doesn't want to be alone and she wants to be wanted by someone and loved. And I think a lot of that stems from her childhood. She 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 wants to be desired. She wants to be loved. She needs that validation. So getting this from people through Instagram, TikTok, whatever, getting people sliding into her DMs being like, "Hey boo boo, how you doing?" Um if she's going to give them a chance and talk to them, maybe multiple people at once. I mean, that's how online dating kind of works. You can talk to multiple people. Now, if you know that person is already in a relationship, yep, you shouldn't be talking to them. Granted, there are tons of catfish. If you happen to be on a dating website, specifically maybe like a lesbian one, or just like any dating site, there are so many fucking catfishes and trolls and scammers on these websites. They will say any little thing to you to try to lure you in, especially if they think that you are vulnerable and weak and desperate. And I think a lot of people see Amberlynn as desperate because, well, honestly, because of her size, but because they see her as desperate, they will do their best to try to catfish or scam her or even if they're haters like Erica and Brittany were, just to try to lure her in, just to fuck with her. And that's not cool to do to anybody, Amberlynn or somebody else. It's just not cool to do that. But I think people see Amberlynn as an easy target because she does have that desire to be in a relationship. And if she's married, even better because it's harder for them to get away.
Literally in the same time frame that I was struggling. She also really loved to compare her online relationship with this girl to my in person relationship with my girlfriend at the time.
Huh.
I really, really loved that a lot. She has never met Danielle or Abby in real life, or Erica. Also, Abby was 20 years old when Amberlynn started talking to her.
Yeah, Amanda. Amber did. Sorry, I was looking at my screen. I saw the name Amanda. Amber did say that Abby had lied about her age when they first started talking. Who knows? I mean, people lie about shit online all the time. but 20, I mean, not even being legal to drink when Amberlynn is, she was 33 at the time, because she just turned 34. So, let's see. Smells like cheap perfume is Alexis. Like Karina Kaboom said, she wants to be claimed online. Yeah, I mean, she wants to be in a relationship. I mean, I think all of us on some level want to be in a relationship, but Amberlynn does like to show and prove, hey, this person wants me, like showing all the hand holding and all that. Mademoiselle Scythe says, but that's what Karina Kaboom thinks. Once again, we all have our own opinions, as well as Lippy does. Yeah, I mean, we all have our own opinions, and you are welcome to yours. The issue when I, the issue that I have with opinions is when they start contradicting facts. I mean, provable facts, like the moon landing. The moon landing happened, Amberlynn. Go watch my video on it. It's in the Conspiracy Corners playlist. And while you're at it, watch my grammar lesson for you that I uploaded.
and then lied about it to me, and then backtracked or Abby in real life, or Erica. Also, Abby was 20 years old when Amberlynn started talking to her,
Mm-hmm.
and then lied about it to me, and then backtracked, and then told me the truth again.
Wait, wait. Lied about what? And then back. What? What? Okay, so the moon. Mademoiselle sighs. The moon. The moon landing was not fake. Maybe you need to go watch my video on the moon landing. I don't know if we can be together anymore.
Also, Abby was 20 years old when Amberlynn started talking to her, and then lied about it to me, and then backtracked, and then told me the truth again. A 14-year age
Wait,
gap is, I'm sorry I have to, but hectic.
a 14-year age gap isn't really. I mean, alright. I've been talking to two people from a dating website. We've just been chatting. One of them is 15 years younger than I am. The other one's 4 years older. I mean, granted, 20 to 34 is a pretty large, or to 33, because when you're 20, a lot of your, uh, uh, a lot of your brain is still developing. You aren't very mature yet, and that's that's a pretty big age gap from 20 to 34 as far as your mentality. You are an adult though. 20 is an adult, but 20 to 34 as far as your mentality is a pretty big age gap. Now we could argue you couldn't resist. Um, Now we could argue that Amberlynn has the maturity of a 20-year-old sometimes. Fair. Um, so maybe Abby is right on par with her.
I also want to say that Amberlynn never had intentions of actually being with Erica, but when the relationship with
Wait a minute. She never had intentions of being with what?
Danielle and then the relationship with Abby didn't work out, she kind of just settled. She would always tell me how this Erica girl really likes her and really wants to be with her, but she just didn't look at her like that. You
Wait a minute. So when was the whole she started talking to these people in fall of 2022. Erica asked her to be her girlfriend on Valentine's Day. So I guess in the end, she'd been talking to Erica before that, though. So I guess the end of 2023, is I guess when things with this Danielle person and with Abby, I guess, weren't going to work out. I only have a couple of videos in the conspiracy corner. Um, I've been you've been lurking here for years, DV. Well, goodness. I appreciate that. I need to make more. Yeah, the Mandela effects are pretty crazy. I have a whole list of videos that I want to make for that. It's just I don't have the time to do the research and scripting and editing because I just don't have a whole lot of free time right now. Um, yeah, accusing people of SA is absolutely abhorrent, and yeah, that was absolutely wrong of Amberlyn, and I do not defend that at all whatsoever. I don't know what she lied about in her childhood, um, but hey, Lizzie, good to see you. Glad you are here. Please be safe while driving.
even though she was juggling all three of them at the same time at one point.
Oh, look at Amber Lynn juggling three women at once in her DMs. Ooh. I mean, people do it all the time when it comes to chatting with people. You're talking to people, trying to get to know them. Some people, it might be just, hey, I think we're better as friends, but I have a connection with this person over here. I mean, it's kind of the nature of online dating.
Is there any part of you that feels bad for betraying Amberlynn's trust? Like when you think back on all the talks you two had when everything was good, did you ever think you would betray her? Honestly, yeah. I do feel bad, and
It's someone juggling. I was trying to figure out what those emojis were.
I do miss her a lot. And even though she kind of brushed me off sometimes or just wanted to talk about herself or whatever, I definitely
But isn't that
do miss
a
her,
little?
and I probably always will. Did I think I was ever going to betray her? Hell no. I literally thought it was like the coolest thing in the world that I was her friend. And I felt special because I feel like I got to see a side of her that nobody else gets to see, but now I'm starting to realize that it was probably all fake. Is she secretly
So I mean, when you're making videos like Amberlyn does, you're probably going to be a little bit different in those videos than you are in real life with people because the audiences are different. You're probably going to be a little bit freer with people in your real life. As far as Amberlyn, like when she would talk about herself, unless Amberlyn just talked about herself 24/7 to Alexis, don't we all do that with our friends? I mean, it's like, hey, yeah, I've had a really bad. This isn't Amber Lynn per se, but I mean, just like you're talking to your friends and you're like, hey, yeah, I'm really feeling this way about X. Here's you. You just vent to your friends or talk to your friends about these things. I mean, how else are your friends going to get to know you and know about you, especially new friends, if you don't talk about yourself? But then again, you also have to reciprocate. And I'm sure Alexis talked about herself to Amberlyn too. No, I mean, if it was all Amberlyn wanted to talk about was herself, yeah, that's kind of narcissistic. But but Alexis is making it sound like, oh, my friend was talking about herself. I mean, isn't that expected? I mean, it's she's not giving enough context for some of these things. I mean, I I don't know. It just seems a little weird because we know that Alexis also has BPD. It yeah. Amber is a narcissist. She loves, again, I am not going to diagnose Amberlynn with anything. Does she have narcissistic tendencies? Absolutely.
Secretly friends with Zachary Michael.
That's a big negatory. And Zachary Michael just isn't a dick. I mean, he's
He seems to be protecting her a little too much these days. Honestly, I think that he's just really good at seeing things for what they are. And Amberlynn is not always delusional or in the wrong, but most of the time,
right.
yeah. I'd like to know what your partner thinks of Amber and your friendship with her. First off, I just want to give a public service announcement that my partner goes by they them pronouns. So if anybody mentions them in any videos, I would like pretty much expect you to use their proper pronouns. When I first told them about the fact that I was friends with Amberlynn, they didn't really know much about her, and then I started bringing them on FaceTime calls, and they actually got along really well until Amberlynn started sending nudes and showing me her.
What? What? Oh, Amber, no. No, no, no. So Amberlynn said in my chat a couple of days ago that she and Alexis were into each other romantically for a while, but then I guess Amberlynn said she got over it. I guess whenever she started seeing her, I don't know when that would be. Yes, yes, Amanda. Amberlynn uses BPD as an excuse. Um, why would you send nudes to your friend that has a partner? That's just insane, Amber. Don't do that shit. And again, don't be taking these pictures or videos and sending them to people if you don't want them to possibly get out. Just don't.
Full conversations with Erica, sending
Hold on.
until Amberlynn started sending nudes and showing me her full conversations with Erica and
Oh, would these be their smexy time conversations?
all of the nudes that they exchanged.
Oh, oh no, no, oh, don't do that to your friends. No, Amber. No, that's not good to do. No, Amber. No, no, no.
And when I was with my ex girlfriend, Amberlynn would make public Facebook comments calling me daddy in them. Like,
Oh, Amber, no. I mean, she could have been joking about the daddy thing, but Amber, no. Don't be so desperate and thirsty, Jesus.
knowing full well I had a girlfriend, but since Danielle wasn't committing to her completely, she didn't care. Did you notice ALR adopting your personality and mannerisms when you became friends? Yes. Half
Yeah, Amberlynn does that. She takes on the personality of people that she's with. Yes, I know Amber sent Alexis the crumble video, and I questioned why she would do that.
of her isms right now are literally mine. Except I don't know where she got this hectic word from.
Wherever the word hectic came from, it needs to go back where it fucking came from.
So don't come for me for that, because that I didn't do that.
Oh, we're gonna blame you for hectic, Alexis. It's all you.
But the randomly busting out in a country.
Why daddy and not mother? Well, because Alexis seems to be a little bit more masculine, so maybe that's why she's calling her daddy. Amberlynn does tend to go towards the more masculine looking, um, or at least more masculine presenting, but um, how you present isn't always your attitude, personality. I wouldn't say Alexis is super feminine by any means, but she's not like super mask either. Let's see, Mademoiselle Side says that's kind of hurtful towards Alexis, especially if Alexis still had feelings for ALR. Yeah, I mean it seems a little insensitive to do that. If you know somebody, if Alexis was interested in Amberlyn still, sending somebody like nudes or pictures like that or something is just insensitive and just rude and hurtful. I'm not saying that Alexis did have feelings for her at the time because I do not know.
Country accent thing that she's been doing, that is me.
Wait, the
But
what
like the
accent?
randomly busting out in a country accent thing that she's been doing, that is me.
You don't have a country accent. You don't have a noticeable accent that I'm able to pick up on.
I personally don't believe that Emily is responsible for the hectic situation type deal
No, but she is responsible for Amberlyn trying to say things in a Wisconsin type accent, which is very annoying.
because Emily's personality is comparable to a loaf of white bread.
uh, Emily's personality is comparable to a loaf of white bread. Hey, some people like plain white bread, I guess. Um, some people like plain white bread. I like wheat bread myself as far as bread. Wait, that sounds weird. That sounds weird. Stitch and steam. Stitch and steam. Stitch and stream. Not even a twang. Yeah, I don't hear any kind of country accent. I will occasionally slip into a more southern accent very, very randomly. Amanda, stop. Is Amber abusive to her girlfriends? Yes, she has been in the past. Not physically, but yes.
Is Amber a to her girlfriends? I've said this before and I'll say this again, but it takes two to tango. But I know if I ever dated Amberlyn, I think I definitely would be taking a really long grippy sock vacation afterwards.
Wait, a what? A what vacation?
To her girlfriends. I've said this before and I'll say this again, but it takes two to tango. But I know if I ever dated Amberlyn, I think I definitely would be taking a really long grippy sock vacation afterwards.
Oh, grippy sock vacation. Okay. Um, yeah, so we've seen how Amberlyn behaves in relationships. I've said this before, I'll say it again. Amberlyn absolutely has been emotionally abusive to partners in the past, and I would even say financially abusive. Physically, I don't know. I can't imagine. Um, oh yeah, she did throw a code red at Destiny. Yeah, that is true. Um, Emily is not at Amber's at the moment. She went back home a couple of days ago, a few days ago. Um, I would. So I know people have said that Amber has gained weight while being with Emily. Um, I believe what we've seen is just Amber's typical up and downs when it comes to weight gain, weight loss, because she got with Emily right after she stopped doing the Ozempic. So we saw the spike in weight right after that. And that's typical of Amberlyn. So I think what we've been seeing is just her typical weight loss up and down. Um, one you can always kind of tell by her face, and her face doesn't look really any bigger than it was a year ago. So, um, again, let's keep this word out of the chat. Um, um, and it's this isn't to say anything about Amber and Emily specifically, but a lot of people when they get into a relationship, they do gain weight because they're comfortable with each other. That happens um that happens in a lot of relationships. So to specifically say that Emily is causing this, because a lot of times whenever you get into a relationship, especially early on, you're probably going to be going out to eat or you're going to be ordering food in unless you're both just really big on cooking at home. So a lot of people, it's actually a well-known phenomenon that once you get into a relationship and you get comfortable, you do gain a little bit of weight. So I think that coupled with just Amberlynn's typical weight loss, weight gain cycles, I think that's what we've been seeing for the past few months. I would not attribute that to Emily being any specific thing, this, that, or other. Um, so yeah. But Texas Ninja Gaming, it is good to see you. I have not seen you in ages, so it's very good to see you. Yeah, grippy sock equals psych ward. Yeah, it just I couldn't quite hear what she said. So yeah, I think um I think dating Amberlynn would definitely be rough for a lot of people, especially if that person has a weaker personality that Amberlynn could steamroll over.
Her looks are absolutely not the reason that I wouldn't date her. It's everything else.
Right.
Has she ever told you why she lies on YouTube all the time? Probably because,
So this is a probably. So this isn't anything Amberlynn has said to her. This is Alexis's speculation on this.
liars lie. Amber said Tomby.
Especially probably because liars lie. Well, I mean, that's what liars do.
Tomby. What the hell? I'm actually gonna leave that in there because I laughed. Um, Amber said Tommy has a great job. If that's true, why did she and her ex have to do blank blank for money? Did Tommy and her ex ever live together? I'm really not a super huge fan of discussing the deceased, but I literally don't know. Also, Tommy's job is like not this big spectacular ordeal, but I'm not going to speak on it because Tommy is a mother and I don't want her to lose her job because I care about the well being of her child.
Yeah, and I mean, again, this smells like cheap perfume. It's just all about the questions. Um, yeah, people bringing Tommy's ex that passed away into this and accusing Tommy or Emily of doing things. It's just not okay. Um, and even if Emily does have a good job, I mean, she has bills, she has a kid, she has things to pay for, and flying to where her ex lived frequently would get expensive. Um, it's I mean, depending on how often you were flying, if if that's the reason why they did it, I mean, obviously it takes two as if as Lex here said herself before, it takes two to tango. In this type of a relationship, I don't know why people are making such a big fucking deal about it. Can being a person that likes to have others eat a lot of food and get bigger, is that detrimental to the person being fed the food? 100%. But they're going to know that their partner is into that sort of thing. So they're probably into it in some way as well. It takes two people to be involved in this type of relationship. I'm not going to say 100% that's what she had with her ex, because her ex was already so large when they first got together that you cannot blame Emily for that. If her ex was 300 pounds when they first got together, and over the course of the couple of years they were together gained 400 pounds, then yeah, you could probably be like, wow, that's not cool. But that isn't the case. I'm not going to make that claim, Amanda, because, I mean, honestly, I just either one, well, first of all, I don't care. And secondly, I don't think it's true. Mademoiselle Side says, well, if the person she's with doesn't like it, they can leave. Exactly. If Emily does want this type of relationship, and Amber's like, you know what? I'm not into that. I love you and I care about you after knowing you for a week. But that's not something I'm comfortable with, because Amber Lynn could find somebody else. She probably already has 5 women in her DMs trying to hit her up right now. And if the messages that Amber Lynn showed us before are true of what Emily's opinions and thoughts and feelings are, she appears to be on board with Amber Lynn taking this semaglutide. So I do not go on Kiwi Farms because I think it's a cesspool, and sometimes I just don't care. I mean, I have seen some of the images. Do I think it's relevant? No. I don't see the point to dig into Emily's past on this.
And I would never go out of my way to put a child's well being in jeopardy. Otherwise, I would probably tell you guys whatever. What was the absolutely vile thing that Emily said to Amber? Do you think she encouraged
What absolutely vile thing that Emily said to Amber? What?
her late partner's when she told Amber Lynn that she would rather not to be on this earth anymore, so that she could be with her late fiance?
That sounds like a mental health issue, but she got over her late partner pretty quick. It's not to say that everybody has their own timelines when somebody passes away. I know people that have started dating somebody 4 or 5 months after a long term partner passed away. Everybody has their own timeline. But, um, yeah, it doesn't. Yeah, I don't know how that. Yeah, it sounds like she's just more struggling with the loss of her partner. Let's see, DV, that sounds more like grieving. Stitch and Stream, how is that vile? Sounds like mental health struggle. Yeah, that sounds to me just like you guys have said. That sounds more like mental health issues with losing a partner that you're still grieving. Now, to say that to somebody that you're trying to start dating, that could be a little awkward. She did start talking to people pretty quickly after her partner passed. Yes, she did.
Also, from my understanding, her late fiance passed away due to getting pneumonia. And I'm not going to lie, that kind of makes me nervous because if Amberlyn doesn't get the help that she has always needed, I do fear that something as small, well, not small, but something like pneumonia could also be the reason for her passing away.
Yeah, I mean, anything could take any one of us out. Juniper, hello, Juniper. Thank you for being here. In my opinion, it sounds like manipulation to me. I doubt that Emily truly grieved Colleen. I'm a new widow, and Emily's situation enrages me. I am very sorry for your loss, Juniper. I am sorry to hear that you are a new widow. Um, but yeah, it's yes, I have seen her funeral speech, Amanda. Um, I mean, everybody. This is what always gets me on like true crime documentaries and things. Everybody grieves and responds to grief and various things in a different way. And I don't know if it's on us to judge how somebody else is reacting to a loss in their life or just something in general because everybody responds in a different way. Some people might not want to show that grief outwardly and publicly and prefer to do it more in private. uh, it's her partner was gone. She can still grieve her partner and miss them, but still want to move on with her life and find somebody else to spend a relationship with. Yes, Stitch and Stream, we can't judge as individual, right? Everybody deals with these things differently. Some people are neurodivergent and might process these things differently, or some people just prefer to do it more in private. So I don't think it's fair for people to um, judge how somebody else is processing their emotions. Texas Ninja Gaming. Well, Texas Ninja Gaming, if you would see my stream from January 1st or 2nd or something, or if you've seen the screen caps that people have taken from my chat, Amberlyn did say that she's going to make an exception for my videos because I'm not an ass most of the time.
Erica claims Amber made jokes about being the other woman. Did she do the same with you? How did she justify being with a married woman?
Wait, did she do the same? Wait, with Alexis?
Yeah, she thought it was the funniest thing in the world. She also, for the longest time, said that Erica was only with her wife for financial reasons.
Right, because that's what Erica told Amberlyn. And in the phone calls that Brittany released, you can hear when Brittany says to Amber something about you thought she was only that we were only together for financial reasons or something. You can hear Erica whisper in the back. Excuse me. You can hear Erica whisper in the background. You told me to say that. That's fine, Amanda. I don't give a shit how Amberlyn responds to me. I really don't. She can go off on me in one of her videos, and I really just don't care. If I say something that Amberlyn doesn't like, so be it. I'm not going to change my opinion or how I react to things based on what Amberlynn might say or do about me or to me. I don't care. Um. Anyway, what was I saying? Oh, yeah. We know from Brittany, from Brittany and Erica's own words, we've we've heard them say they told Amberlynn this because Erica was like, "Hey, should I message her?" And Brittany's like, "Yeah, baby, do it. Let's troll her." And then they started messaging, or Erica started messaging Amberlynn, and Brittany was all cool with it until Erica started having feelings for Amberlynn. So for Amberlynn to go into this relationship with Erica thinking, "Oh, they're just together for financial reasons," and then she was joking about that probably because she's like, "Oh yeah, she's married, but I'm the other woman." It's that whole situation was just a shit show. It really was. Nobody comes out of it good. Aaron, hey Aaron, how you doing, girlie? I hope you're doing well. Let's see. What did she say here? Sorry, I'm gonna go back because I went off on a tangent there. I got a little irritated.
For her passing away. Erica claims Amber made jokes about being the other woman. Did she do the same with you? How did she justify being with a married woman? Yeah, she thought it was the funniest thing in the world. She also, for the longest time, said that Erica was only with her wife for financial reasons and they don't live together, and her wife has another partner that she lives with, and essentially it's just like an open marriage.
Right, because that's what Erica told Brittany, and as I just said, we even heard from Brittany and Erica that's what they told Amber. So how can you expect Amberlynn to not believe that?
Concept. And then one day she sent me a picture of a toy on Erica's dresser, and apparently she took a screenshot of it, like while they were on FaceTime, and confronted Erica about it. And Erica, like, I guess lied about it at first, but then she was like, "Oh, well, of course, like that's my wife. Like, of course we have."
Right, so here's the thing though. If I were in Amber's shoes in this situation and I started dating someone and they were like, "Oh yeah, I'm married, but it's just for financial reasons." If I find that, "Oh, but you're still doing the dirty with her, but you're with me. I thought you told me that it was just for financial reasons. So why are you boinking her?" I would be a little upset by that too. But then Brittany came back and was like, "I can't believe that she told Erica not to kiss her wife." Well, yeah. I mean, given the information that Amberlynn had, I can definitely see her being like, "Why are you kissing your wife and boinking her if you're only together for financial reasons whenever you're supposed to be with me?" Back from brunch. Yes, what was for brunch, Aaron? That sounds very tasty.
Amber was really upset. Also, Erica, I don't really care if you come for me, but you were 100% in love with Amberlynn.
I think so. If that person tells you that they aren't really in a marriage, it's just for financial reasons, you're not a homewrecker. I don't know why people always blame the other woman when it's the person that's doing the cheating that should be the one being blamed. Especially when there's a situation like this where the other person has been lied to. It's just like when a man cheats on his wife and keeps telling the other woman, "Oh no, we're separated. We're separated. We're not really married. We're separated." Why does everybody always blame the other woman when it's the person doing the cheating that is doing the manipulation in these situations? Hey Mars, I hope you are doing well. Now, as soon as Amber Lynn found out that Erica and Brittany were actually still in a relationship and they were playing her, she 100% should have ended it.
I literally saw all of your text messages, everything. Every nude you guys sent back and forth.
Oh, why share those? Why share those, Amberlyn? The $400 Lego set, 100%. She bought her a $400 Lego set, which my offer still stands, Amberlyn. If you want to get rid of it, I will buy it from you because I don't have that one. Um, that that um that framed thing of like what the moon I think it was what the moon looked like the day that we became one or whatever that was. Um whatever that was. And again, Amanda, that is your opinion and you are welcome to it. Ooh, how did you'll have to join the Discord, Blue Hoodie, and share pictures of it. I apparently am stuttering today. I have a link to the Discord in my community tab if you want to join it. Blue Hoodie. Also, if you join the Discord under a different name than what your YouTube name is, you'll have to let me know who you are.
Quite literally every exchange you have ever had. And you cannot tell me or anybody else for 1 second that you did not have genuine feelings for her.
I agree with Alexis on that. It's a miracle. Ooh, you had bacon and eggs, but it came with house-made sourdough toast, maple syrup, house-grown microgreens, and roasted. Well, that sounds quite tasty, Aaron. I am very jealous. I have some sourdough bread downstairs that I bought. I'll have to make a grilled cheese maybe for dinner. That sounds tasty.
Why did Amber reveal Emily so fast? Is she secretly fat phobic and thought Emily was hot and therefore worthy of sharing her with us?
What? That doesn't make any sense. Why did Amber reveal Emily? Is she secretly what? This doesn't make any sense to me.
So soon? No. Tommy is a very insecure person and could not handle when Amberlynn would get other messages or comments that were like flattering. And Amber's going to refute this and say this is not true, um, but it is. So Emily encouraged her to post her. She wanted
Emily wanted to stake her claim. She's mine. The rest of y'all can back off. Aw, that's so sweet, Aaron. That's super sweet of your friend to do. I mean, Emily could be insecure. I don't know, but yeah. And of course, Amber would want to share that because that's what Amber does. Amber likes to show when she's in a relationship. Look, this person desires me. She likes to rub it in that she has a girlfriend and the rest of us don't. I'm and Aaron. I must immediately put on sweatpants. Need to put on the stretchy pants.
other people to know that there was someone in Amberlynn's life and she's not available.
Staking her claim. She could start leaving hickeys all over Amber's neck like Wifey did. It's so gross. Don't do that. We don't need to. You don't need to have the hickeys all over the place. But Amber Lynn, if you do start having hickeys all over your fucking neck again, you can try the whisk trick and see if whisking it with a whisk makes it go away.
Also, Emily is not skinny, and in my opinion, she is not attractive.
Um, I mean, Emily appears to be average. I mean, she's cute, sure. I mean, everybody has their own thing they're attracted to. Uh, that era was so cringe. Yeah, the Hickey era was very cringe. Um, so juvenile. I agree. Stitch and Stream. Yeah. Ugh.
Is Eric and Ricky actually still hanging out with Amber even after what Amber has put Beck through? Does Beck know? I truthfully have no idea, but
Don't throw stones in a glass house, Alexis. Yeah.
I would assume not because Eric messaged me on TikTok literally last night. Not asking for
Wait. Attraction is subjective. 100% Mars. I mean, everybody has their own thing they're attracted to. I don't I don't understand what Eric messaging Alexis has to do with anything. Yeah, 100% eye of the beholder and shit. Absolutely Stitch and Stream. And some people are, let's see, what's it called? Demisexual? Where they have to feel an emotional connection with the person before they have a physical attraction. Some people are just attracted to the person, and the more they like a person, the more physically attractive they find them. So sometimes it's not all about physical appearance. It can play a role for a lot of people, but for some people it just doesn't.
no. I truthfully have no idea, but I would assume not because Eric messaged me on TikTok literally last night.
I don't know what that has to do with anything. I don't know what she says. I don't know, but she would guess not because Eric messaged her on TikTok last night. Why? What does that have to do with anything? Where's the correlation? What did Eric say? Now, I do find it weird that Eric and Ricky did maintain their friendship with Amber after the relationship with Becky ended because of the way that whole relationship went. I am very surprised. But Eric and Ricky are their own people and they can be friends with whomever they choose. I am just very surprised because of the way Amber did treat Beck in that relationship and how it ended. Well, Beck did break up with Amber, so good for her, but still.
Not asking for personal info on Jade, but was she just as messed up as Amber mentally? She seemed
I don't know if this can be answered by Alexis because I mean, how much did Alexis actually know wifey?
to be more mature, but it's sounding like she was struggling too. All I have to say to that is I think anybody on this planet would struggle if they were Amber Lynn's long term live in partner.
um um with that I have to agree. I think that would take a toll on anybody's mental health. Sorry to flash the bat wings there. Hello, the brows. The brows. Alexis was on FaceTime with Amber all day before. Yeah. Yeah, we do know that.
Has Emily's daughter met Amber yet?
Doesn't matter. We should not be bringing Emily's kid into any of these things.
No, but they FaceTime. Does Amber still talk about Destiny or any of her exes, despite claiming she'll never badmouth her exes?
In private, I'm sure she does, but she's just not going to do it publicly. I mean, she may not badmouth per se, but I'm sure she'll mention things.
Yeah, all of them. Did Wifey really ask for no contact? Yeah, she did. And Amberlynn has tried to reach out a couple times since, and
Yeah, and Amberlynn told us she did that, um, and that wifey never responded.
she hasn't ever responded, and I'm assuming probably wants nothing to do with her.
Right.
However, Jade, if you are somehow hearing this or watching this video, I just want to say that I really hope that you are doing well and that you have healed from this, even like just a little bit. Has she
We hope you've moved on from Hurricane Amber. Why haven't her many ex best friends spilled the beans on her yet? Maybe because they don't see a fucking need to spread information or shit about somebody else? Hey, Peep Chop. I hope you are doing well today.
tried to manipulate you into silence since the live stream? No, she's scared of me because I have too much tea on her. And
You know, maybe I should like my own live stream. Because you have too much tea on her. But that's that's not a friendship though. If you're worried that your friend is going to start talking shit about you at some point, that's not a good friendship.
her and Emily actually can both kiss my ass. Was she rejected
Well, goodness.
for weight loss surgery? That whole arc and ending didn't add up. Yes, because she couldn't stop binging. Did
Regardless of whether she was actually denied for it or not, Amberlynn was not ready for it. She couldn't lose, what was it? They wanted her to lose like 2 pounds or 1 pound in like a week, and she couldn't. She she couldn't lose the weight. So I'm glad she didn't get the surgery because she would have done some serious damage to herself. She was in no way mentally ready for it. Even though she says they said she would be able to do it, I don't think she was, because again, it's all about self-reporting whenever you're talking to a therapist or a psychologist. And I'm sure Amberlynn told them what she wanted to hear or what they wanted to hear so she could get the surgery. But Amberlynn was in no way prepared for that at all. So I'm glad she didn't get the surgery, regardless of what the reason was. Stitch and Stream says Alexis compiling information on ALR was never her friend. ALR needs to stop being so trusting. 100% Stitch and Stream. It's not. Amberlynn scared of. Yeah, I mean, Amberlynn said in a live stream a couple of days ago that she wasn't scared of Alexis and Alexis didn't have anything on her. But the Browse says, I figured out Alexis. She has said that she has BPD. Most people with BPD are afraid of abandonment, and I think she feels Amber keeps abandoning her. 100% the Browse. That is one of the key things with people with BPD. Um, it's we can kind of see that from the last video that she released with like the voice notes. Amber and Alexis, I think, are both doing this, feeling like their friend has abandoned them, that they aren't being a very good friend. Sorry, I'm gonna move the chat over a little bit. I think my camera shifted. Um, that they both come across as very needy when it comes to friendships, and since they do both have BPD, they would both like latch on. They both allegedly have BPD. Is that better for you all? Um, then they would like latch on to each other. But the neediness and feeling like You don't talk to me enough. You're not my real friend because we don't talk very often. People get busy. People have shit going on. Peep Chop. I've never stayed friends with someone because they had tea on me, but I'm not a public figure, so IG, I guess. I don't know what that means. I don't understand your millennial abbreviations. I don't know. This just feels like Twitter high school drama. It does 100%. I mean, if you're just compiling notes and thinking to yourself, my friend's a public figure, people want tea on her, I'm going to start compiling and taking notes. That isn't any way to be a good friend to someone. So she might say that Amber wasn't a very good friend to her, but she's a shitty friend to Amber as well. Oh, you chose Emily over me? I'm going to make 5 fucking Q&A videos to try to spill tea on you. Uh, oh, Mars, I missed the start of the stream. I liked that how Jordy and ZM shouted out your channel when Amber added your stream clip in her vid. Oh, well, that was nice of. I knew Zach did, but I don't watch Jordy, so I didn't know that he did that. Um, why do you think she doesn't talk about Jade? Because Jade told her don't talk about me or mention me at all. I think Jade has the real tea. Same peep chop. Because there's essentially anonymous. I I think Amber Lynn has finally learned a little bit about boundaries when she started dating Wifey. She she wouldn't show her on camera except for hands and arms, and she would only allow things that Wifey approved of her in the videos. So I think Amberlynn might have finally, um, he might have final, he, Amber might have finally learned a little bit about boundaries in her videos. If people don't want to be in the videos or be talked about, then she's not going to. So because she knows people that start dating Amberlynn have to know, or anybody in Amberlynn's life have to know that if they appear on camera or appear to be friendly with Amberlynn, people are going to try to dig up any little bit about that person they can. And Wifey's no longer with Amberlynn. People need to just leave her alone. They don't need to be doxing her or sharing her personal information or anything. Um, Aaron, I just hung out with my best friend. We haven't seen each other in forever. I need low maintenance friends. Yeah, I just saw my best friend over Christmas. We hadn't seen each other since August for Gen Con. We talk every maybe 3 or 4 weeks on the phone, but we text periodically. His chat told him, Jordy, okay. Alexis the Brows says Alexis should have just chilled. We all know that Amber's relationships don't last. Amber would be wanting to talk to Alexis all day again as soon as Emily bounces. Stitch and Stream says I currently have a friend who overwhelms me, so we keep our hangouts spaced. She sends me so many messages that it's daunting and I struggle to go through 20 plus messages. Yeah, so some people, I think, based on some people that I know in my real life as well, I think some people, if they're struggling mentally, they want to have some form of connection with other people, and they're reaching out to friends just to see who's going to respond back, and they want to have that connection. Some people just need to have that constant communications. People with BPD, I think especially do. I've mentioned this before, but some of you are new here. I have an ex-girlfriend from, what year is it? 10, 11 years ago. Um, that I 100% believe had undiagnosed BPD. She very much had abandonment issues. I was going to go to Gen Con with my friends in 2014. That trip had been planned for like 8 months, and she knew about it. She knew that I was going to be gone for 4 days at Gen Con. On my way out of town, I stopped by her apartment to give her to give her a smooch and be like, "Okay, I love you. I'll miss you. I'll see you when I get back." And she started crying and begging me to not go to Gen Con, that I was abandoning her to not go to Gen Con. And I'm like, "I'm not abandoning you. I've had this trip planned for 8 months with my friends, or even before. I had it planned before she and I even had started dating the previous December. This trip had been planned a very long time." And she was crying and begging me to not go to Gen Con. And then while I was gone, she would constantly text me and message me trying to make me feel bad and telling me that she was hanging out with her ex girlfriend that she knew I didn't like, that she wasn't supposed to be talking to, because her ex girlfriend had been trying to break us up. So this seems very similar. To be in a relationship with someone that has BPD, especially if it's undiagnosed or they're not dealing with it, is very hard. She was very emotionally abusive. But this 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 comes across very much as this type of a situation. They don't they 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 feel like you're abandoning them. And even though some part of them may know that it's not rational, they can't seem to stop themselves, especially if they're undiagnosed. Now, with Amberlynn and Alexis both being diagnosed, they should be in therapy to recognize, wait a minute, this is something triggering this part of my BPD, and I need to deal with this. So yeah, it's very hard, because even whenever I was when I was here, we lived like 40 minutes apart. She lived in the North County of St. Louis, and I lived in O'Fallon, Missouri. When I would get home from work, she would want to constantly be on the phone with me. And I'd be like, "Okay, well, I need to do dishes, I need to do this." And she would get upset if she did not have my complete, undivided attention. So it's I'm I'm seeing similar behaviors in Amber and in Alexis. Um, right, DV. So even let me complain about an ex. Um, I had a friend at work. Well, I had lots of friends at work, but there was one of our cleaning staff. Her car had broken down. And I had told her, because we were friends, I was like, "Hey, if you need to go to the grocery store, send me a text message. I'll come pick you up and I'll take you to the grocery store." And my girlfriend was like, "No, you won't." I'm like, yes, I will. She's my she's my friend." "No, you won't. What if she's interested in you?" I'm like, "Renee's like 60 years old and straight. What the fuck is wrong with you?" And I'm just like, so this is very similar behavior. And even like, I I went out to lunch with some coworkers and I drove. And one of my coworkers sat in the front passenger seat and she adjusted the seat. Well, I picked up um I picked up my girlfriend later that night. She got in the car and she's like, "Who's been in your car?" And I'm like, Maureen? Why was she in your car?" I'm like, "Because we went out to a women's lunch at work and I drove." And she was just so fucking jealous of any female friend that I have, even if they were co-workers. And so I'm seeing this type of behavior in these people as well. Um, let's see. Uh, anyway, complete tangent. Let's see. I've seen Peep Chop says I've seen that behavior with people who have BPD, but that's like advanced behavior that's not been touched by a therapist. But it's in 100%. She had never been in therapy. She'd never been diagnosed. Only looking back on it, am I able to think that I'm pretty sure she had BPD. Um, if Amber really does have BPD, why doesn't she go to therapy? Then keep using it as an excuse for her behavior. Um, I think that's what everybody's asking Amanda. Why is she not in therapy to deal with this? And she does use it as an excuse, which is completely unacceptable. DV, I'm glad she's in your review mirror, or else she wouldn't let you even talk to us. 100%. I would not have the time to do any live streams. I would have to be up her ass 24/7. Let's see. Peep Chop says, but still rare. It sucks, and because you don't deserve to deal with that, but also it sucks knowing she deals with those thoughts to begin with. Yeah. The Brows. Didn't Beck say Amber didn't like her to go see Eric and Ricky when they were together? I don't know if she did or not. I would not doubt it though. Let's see. Mademoiselle Side says, Amanda, do you watch her videos not through reaction channels though? Um, don't know. Stitch Stream. I love running errands. It's so fun with a friend and coffee. I agree, Stitch. I mean, I don't like running errands, but if you have somebody to do it with, it makes it go by quicker. Libby with the gilfs. Oh, God. Whose bed have your boots been under? Nobody's. Um, uh, Amber doesn't want to change. She wants people to just accept her behavior, in my opinion. Um, that is a good song. Highway 101, I believe, is who did that song because my mom had their album and we would listen to it back in like the late 80s, early 90s. I think that was the band. Highway 101 was a country band. Um, yeah, so a lot of people only consume Amber Lynn through reaction channels because they still want to, I guess, keep up with what she's doing, but they don't want to give her the views for it. I mean, people can consume the content. Um, yeah. Amber not wanting to change. I think Amber Lynn again. She struggles with accountability, and if she can blame her behavior on something else instead of herself, then she will. And if she does get treatment and therapy and see a psychologist or therapist, then she's going to have to look at herself and examine herself and learn how to regulate these things. And then she can no longer use it as an excuse. She shouldn't be using it as an excuse in the first place because BPD or any other mental health issue or any other issue is not an excuse for bad behavior. It may explain why you feel the way you do and why you may react to things a certain way, but you can't use it as an excuse for being a shitty person. And that's what Amberlynn has done over the years. Is she uses these diagnoses and various things. Oh, it's because of the binge eating disorder. I have no control over it. It's because of the BPD. I have no control over it, which is complete crap. She has to take responsibility, get the help, get the therapy, put in the work to change these things. And I don't know if she wants to put in the work. She wants an easy fix. And she's not able to have that at the moment. She thinks she's been able to do it just because, oh, I have this diagnosis. But without doing the work, then it doesn't mean anything. What would happen to your favorite reaction channels if she disappeared? Uh, I think she wants to change, but without doing the work, Aaron says. Yeah, I agree, Aaron. I agree with that assessment. I mean, yeah. Anyway, let's see what we have here. This has been 2 hours already. Fuck. I am so sorry, you guys. I will shut up and let her. Would you watch them if they covered something else? So, Mademoiselle Side, it's funny that you mentioned that because Zachary Michael even says on his channel that he would love to cover more things and cover different things, but the Amber Lynn videos get the most views for him. So the majority of people that watch Zachary Michael only watch him for his Amber Lynn Reid content. So for people that rely on their YouTube channel as income, it makes it very hard for them to move away from Amber Lynn, even if they want to. Some days I'll be watching Amber Lynn and I'm like, God, why am I still doing this? But not not very many people care about my personal vlogs because they're really not very interesting. And not many people care about my video game streams. And honestly, not many people care about my Amber Lynn videos. But hey, Peep Chop, I hope you have a good day. But my Amber Lynn videos are the ones that do get the most views, even if it's not very many views. So, I mean, I don't rely on Amber Lynn for income, though. I could do whatever I want on my channel. So, but yet here I am making these videos. All right, let's see. Man, this smells like cheap perfume. They are the person just they're basically interviewing Alexis.
Amber give you any support after Girl World attacked you for being her friend? Did she take your calls at 3 a.m. and comfort you, or was it all one-sided? No, she didn't care. At all. Is she a chronic liar?
So that's sad, but that's the thing. But Alexis has said that she doesn't care what people think about her because she doesn't read it or care about any of it. But this has to do with, like I've said before, why people don't want to be featured on Amber Lynn's channel. If I if I were to just meet Amber Lynn out in the wild and I didn't know who she was and I lived in Oklahoma City or something and was like, "Hey, let's be friends because we both like Legos and we both play the Nintendo Switch. Let's be Lego buddies." If I were to meet her out in the wild and then people find out, "Oh my god, you're friends with Amber Lynn," we're going to start looking up all kinds of shit about you and spreading it and contact your work and contact your family and do all these things. It would it would be very hard to want to be friends with Amber Lynn, or conversely to be like, "Yes, I'm going to be your friend, but you cannot talk about me, you cannot show me." So for Alexis to be her friend and then to be like upset that people attacked her, I think she knew that was going to happen, but she said she didn't care. But people, I don't even think Amber Lynn ever said Alexis's name. If I'm remembering correctly, I think Alexis had commented on one of Amber's TikToks or something in like October, November, late 2023, and people were like, "Oh, this is the person she's dating. Alexis is the new girlfriend." or whatever, and people started digging up shit on her just because she'd commented on Amber's TikToks or something and was being friendly with Amber Lynn. Because for some reason, Girl World thinks that we're entitled to know anything and everything about people that are in Amber Lynn's life. And I think that's when people take it a step too far. Just because you're friends with somebody that might be a problematic YouTuber or a problematic person, that is your choice. You can be friends with whomever you want. That does not entitle the rest of us to know a damn thing about you. So, uh, Amanda says, I think your channel would be amazing with or without Amber. Would be good without. Uh, I don't know about that. I don't know if I could find anybody else that I want to talk about. I mean, I could. There are people that I've thought about covering. I thought about covering this whole Jake Doolittle situation, but again, I don't have a lot of fucking free time. When I do have free time, I end up streaming things. Mademoiselle Scythe says, "What Libby just said is what I was going to say." What did I say? I don't know what I said whenever you sent that message because of the like the 15-second delay. Hopefully that little blathering made sense on some level. Well, thank you, Amanda. Let's see. Is she a chronic liar?
No, she didn't care at all. Is she a chronic liar? Is 1 + 1 2?
um. So chronic liar. Does Amberlyn lie about things? Yes. Yes, she does. Is she a pathological liar? No. A lot of times, she will lie by omission. Um, and sometimes I think she might just genuinely forget something that happened years ago. I can't remember what I said 3 days ago. Um, so I think sometimes she might just forget something. Uh, Stitch and Stream. I gotta unsubscribe from Jake. It's a whole mess. Yeah, I'm not subscribed to him, but there are some channels that I watch, and I saw his video, and I'm like, are you serious? What an entitled little shit. Amberlyn loves to play with words. Yes, Amberlyn does do a lot of semantics.
Is the grass green? Do dogs bark?
Well, I mean, my grass is kind of brown right now. Tommy was fertilizing Amber. Oh, that's funny.
Before all the evidence came out about Tommy, what made you think Tommy was fertilizing Amber? I'm assuming the word that you're looking for is fertilizing. And the difference,
Oh yeah, that would that would make more sense. But I like fertilizing better. uh, I think I'm gonna start using that instead of the other FET word. We're gonna start using fertilizing.
in my eyes, between a preference and a
Wait, hold on,
and
hold
thing,
on.
Amber. I'm assuming the word that you're looking for is fertilizing. And the difference, in my eyes, between a preference and a is the intensity at which you experience said preference.
Yes, but you didn't answer the question. Is ALR the same as she appears online?
Is ALR the same as she appears online? Um, More or less insufferable, depending on the day.
More or less insufferable depending on the day. Oh, it's a Tuesday. Amber Lynn's going to be insufferable today. She does seem like she could be a lot. Um, but yeah.
Who has been your least favorite Amber Lynn Reed partner? The current one. I mean, Erica
Well, of course it's the current one because she threatened to end their friendship when Amber Lynn got together with her again after their 22nd breakup at the end of July or June, whenever the fuck it was. July. It was July.
was bad, but I don't know. Maybe it's a horse apiece. Or maybe a
Maybe it's a what? A horse apiece? Is that some country saying that it's 50-50? At the end of the day, we can't trust Alexis either. No, we can't trust Alexis either. I agree. Um, Again, this is her views on things. And I have noticed that when people are asking some things about Amber Lynn's motives or things about how Amber Lynn would see or do something, I have noticed she has pretty much said, I don't know, or just not addressed it. So that's good on Alexis for this particular video, at least.
cohorse. Have you privately called her out?
Cohorse? Oh, cohorse.
Maybe it's a horse apiece. Or maybe a cohorse?
Oh, because of Lambert. Because of Lambert. Because Amber can't say words, and apparently I can't either.
Have you privately called her out on lies before, and did you ever doubt your friendship with her before now? Yes and yes. What was the vile comment
What? Oh, can you give us? Can you give us more? More reasoning for that? Can you give us more? I mean, what did you call her out on? Why did you doubt your friendship? I mean, Amber needs to stop using fat phobic as an excuse. Well, yeah. Yeah.
friendship with her before now? Yes and yes. What was the vile comment Tommy told to Amber Lynn?
You've already answered this. Let's see, and also, did you have a relationship with Jade also? That rumor is going around a lot. What?
Also, did you have a relationship with Jade also? That rumor is going around a lot. No. Amber Lynn's Jade and I did not have that kind of a relationship. But I did date a girl named Jade from like February to like mid-April.
So, it seems like Alexis also goes through the girly pops. How can these women find so many frickin' girlfriends? I mean, I know I live in the wrong fucking state, but Jesus. Um, so again, I can't remember when Alexis and Amberlynn met, but I thought it wasn't until after Amberlynn and Wifey broke up, like early mid August, maybe. So I don't know, maybe late July, but after she and Wifey broke up. So I don't know why people would think that Alexis had a relationship with Wifey. But again, this just comes down to the random stupid ass rumors that people try to start and spread.
Do you know how much
Low standards means more options, don't lower the bar. Well, Stitch and Stream, the problem is that I am the lower bar. So people aren't lowering their standards to date me. Oh, it's sad because it's true. Because they fall in love easy with anyone. Yeah. Yeah, they do.
How much she makes a month on YouTube. I have absolutely no idea.
Why would she? I mean, unless Amber's like bragging about, I made 10,000 a month this month. Oh, but Stitch, I am.
And quite frankly, I don't really want to know. What's the worst thing Al has done to you? Well, between the emotional whiplash and
Oh, ah, goodness. My coffee's trying to kill me. Uh, ooh, goodness. Ooh, my my coffee's trying to take me out. Jesus. I thought you I thought you loved me, coffee. Why do you hurt me? Uh, stop self. Jonathan pops into the chat just to tell me to stop deprecating myself. Hello, Jonathan. I hope you are feeling well, and I hope you are doing well today. Oh, you people are nice, but it is true. What is the worst? Let's see. What did she say?
I have absolutely no idea. And quite frankly, I don't really want to know. What's the worst thing Al has done to you? Well, between the emotional whiplash and the constant gaslighting and the not caring about my wants or my needs or my thoughts or my opinions, I don't know. Do I have to choose?
So again, is Amber Lynn a great friend? Probably not. But again, you should probably have these discussions as to what you expect out of your friendship. Um, I mean, maybe to some people, Amber Lynn is a good friend. Maybe Alexis is just really fucking needy. Um, so I don't, I don't know. Like gaslighting, yes, Amber Lynn does gaslight people, but the emotional whiplash and this, it, from what we've seen recently from Alexis, it's like Amberlynn doesn't give her enough attention, so she gets upset. It sounds like they both would be very difficult to be friends with. Mademoiselle Scythe, I always tell her not to be mean to herself, but she won't listen. That I was gonna I was I was gonna make a response to that, but I'll. Hey, Zombius, Zombia, is it Zombia Snow or just Zombius now? Can I just call you Zom? It is going well. I hope you are doing well today. So I think they might both have been kind of insufferable in their friendship. It maybe it was a friendship of convenience. Maybe they both felt like the other one wasn't listening to each other, because it sounds like Alexis feels like she wasn't getting enough attention from Amber Lynn, or Amber wasn't listening to her. And again, this is Alexis's point of view of their friendship. So if that's how she felt, that's how she felt. But it's but it seems like she wanted more attention, especially at this point in time. The Browse says, I think the problem is Amber was probably also needy before and giving Alexis what she needed. Now Amber gives that attention to Emily. Yeah. I think Amber. So I've mentioned this before. Even though Amber lived alone or lives alone, is she ever really truly alone? Because she's constantly FaceTiming with people. I don't know if Amber is able to spend an entire day just by herself. I think she needs to have other people to communicate with or talk to, and just because she can't be alone, she can't be by herself with her own thoughts. And so being able to be on FaceTime constantly with Alexis or Emily or Erica or somebody, um, I think that's something that she feels she needs. So ALR needs 24/7 care, which is why her previous girlfriends had to quit their jobs. Well, Wifey had a job. She worked from home. I don't think Amber needs a caretaker anymore. When she was with Beck, she did. For part of that relationship.
Does she regularly send out to people on the internet that she's never met? Is she smart enough to at least cut her face out?
God, I would hope so, but probably not. She needs to stop sending smexy pictures to people in general. Just don't do it. Even if you're dating somebody, don't do it.
Yes and no. Did Jade and Amber really have a mutual breakup, or did Jade initiate the whole thing?
I don't think it was mutual at all. I think Amber made herself believe it was mutual, but it was more wifey. Sick
Personally, I
of
just think Jade
Amber's.
was fed up with everything.
She needs a 24/7 driver. Well, I mean, she's not going places 24/7. She does need transportation, though.
Breakup, or did Jade initiate the whole thing? Personally, I just think Jade was fed up with everything and was like, I don't really care about the narrative that you tell your audience. I just want to get the F out of here. What did you mean by Tommy was rough with her?
What? Wait a minute. So,
Like just the way that she like grabbed on her, like when um
was she grabbing onto her chunk kind of rough?
Emily slash Tommy was in Oklahoma. They would FaceTime me, and I don't know, I just didn't like the way that she grabbed on Amber, especially when they were drinking. Like it just felt very icky to me, and
I mean, if she was groping her when she was FaceTiming with you, I mean, yeah, that would seem a little icky and a little inappropriate, but
um, yeah, I don't know. Like even Amber looked uncomfortable during some of the interactions between them. Are you
I mean, yeah, I would be a little uncomfortable if somebody I was dating was grabbing me while FaceTiming with someone. Um, Maybe that's why Emily doesn't drink anymore.
considering doing vlogs on YouTube now? Well, I will say my life is significantly more exciting than Amber Lynn.
Not the chunk. Yes, mademoiselle, the chunk. Oh, your life is more interesting than Amber Lynn's. Then let's see it, because mine sure as fuck isn't.
But I don't know. I'm trying to navigate through this like social media thing, and I don't know. We'll see. I I would love to hear your guys' opinion on it. But
I don't care.
this is where I'm going to make my closing statement. And if you guys sat through all 20 minutes of this, you're a rock star. Um, okay, bye.
No. Oh, all right. Aaron, my ears perked up. Give me the chunk. Hey, once my channel hits monetization light, I can have a link to like a merch shop, and we will have grab onto my chunk merch. I have a couple of other things ready to go too. I'll share them in Discord. Um, yeah, that was a lot. I'm exhausted. I'm just exhausted. Um, yeah, I don't know because a lot of the questions that were asked, she either said she didn't know or she just didn't answer. Because really, the only thing that Alexis can tell us is her experience with Amberlynn, how she perceives things, or things that she experienced in person with her. Everything else is hearsay. Your partner has a background in graphic design. Oh, that'd be awesome because my graphic design skills aren't great. Um, I can make illustrations for work. Alexis speaks so slowly and repeated herself a lot. She did, or she didn't fully answer, like just like a yes, but then didn't expound on anything. Which I mean, hey, she answered the question, yes, and that's all we get. Um, Texas Ninja Gaming. Emily doesn't love Amber. She is a paycheck to her, the same as Colleen, who moves on a couple of months after their. Well, we discussed that earlier, Texas Ninja Gaming. Everybody grieves and moves on in their own time, and I wouldn't. I'm not going to judge somebody else's grieving process and how long it takes them to start dating after somebody's passed away. Now, like the next day might be a little insensitive, or like a week might be a little insensitive, but I do know people that have started dating a few months after a long-term partner passed away, somebody they'd been with for 6, 7, 8 years, and they've starting trying to date a few months after the partner passed on. Um, and I have not seen any proof, and I don't think anybody has any proof of Emily or Amber trying to monetize anything from their relationship. All of the accounts that we've seen have all been fake. So, um, yeah, I had her on 1.25 speed, I think. Uh, yeah. Whew, goodness. Wow, we are finishing right at the time that I had allotted myself. I allotted myself until 2:30 p.m. Central Standard Time to do this live stream. And a 20-minute video from Alexis took us 2.5 hours to get through. Ugh. Although it would have taken me just as long to record, edit, and export a video. So, it's all good. But, um, so, as long as she doesn't, as long as she does not delete her videos, then we will watch the next one at a later date. Um, I don't know, Tuesday. I don't know, something. My Mondays are very busy. I don't know if I'll get to Amber's video tomorrow night or not, but I'll see what I can do. Um, yeah, thank you, Stitch. I hope you have a wonderful day. Yeah, I think I am going to get out of here. Thank you all for spending part of your day with me. I appreciate it. Thank you for being here, watching, interacting. I appreciate it. So I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. And until next time, be safe and take care.